All right, everyone, welcome back to Stacking the Deck. This time, I'm joined by Kurt Tax Masterson in the spirit of Easton Evans.
Oh my god. No, let's not. You're gonna superimpose him on the screen. It's just like a little floating head.
I could, yeah.
Oh, that'd be we don't like that. That's scary.
He'd be like a Zombie from Pee Wee's Playhouse.
Rest assured, nothing has happened to Easton Evans, but he is here in spirit.
Yeah,
I thought we were doing the stacking the deck, we doing the hand thing.
I guess, but
That's
since there's like just two of us, it's like
That's our secret handshake at the Patreon meetings. That doesn't exist yet.
Hey, maybe that'll be the in-person handshake at the Collecticons.
Oh shit, that's how you know, right? Like you do the nose flick and then you do this.
Yeah.
And that's how you know you're one of the stacking the deck heads.
You're in there like swimwear.
What do we call our fan base? The stackers?
No.
But
so do you lean into like stacking the deck part or the Giddm Games part? I don't know.
Ooh.
You can call like I don't know.
Yeah, choose your words carefully on the Giddm Games part.
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, we don't want we don't need nicknames to sound like a slur, okay, y'all. So let's avoid that altogether.
That's the exclusive Patreon tier.
Gamers, yeah. How about gamers?
Oh yeah, very original. Dude. No, what do you call it? Like,
what about you people?
Whoa! Whoa!
No, okay, fine.
All right, we'll let the people vote with their comments. Vote on your phones right now. Pull out your phone, go to the video on YouTube, leave a comment on what you think that you should be called as part of the Stacking the Deck Giddm Games army. We're a small army growing fast, and we're storming Metazoo HQ January 7th.
Yeah, we're like a shitty version of an alt-right militia.
Oh my god! Yeah, none of the firepower, all of the racism.
Holy, I hate that. Oh my god. Yeah, just so y'all know, Easton left the podcast for good. I'm kidding.
No, that's not true. It's not true.
No, I don't know how I feel about the army part though. Let's leave army out of there too.
Oh, okay.
Redacted.
Just a small gathering of people.
Yes.
That are looking to militarize.
Yeah. Well, almost like juggalos. There you go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Except instead of Fago, it's craft beer.
Yeah, there you go.
There we go. I like that.
Well, there's not a whole lot of news on the Metazoo front, but we'll lead with that since most of our listeners are zoo heads at this point. Yeah. So the disappointment continues to roll, and I think at this point it's just met with like mostly silence. There is a rumor, not saying we had anything to do with it, because we probably didn't. And I'm not going to say that, I'm not going to take credit for it or whatever. I went on my box rant, and funny enough, through the grapevine, I've heard that, some boxes are getting pulled back a little bit. So I don't know. I'm not here to spread FOMO or anything, but rumor has it that some of these boxes may or not be made as widely available as what's initially been let on. Again, take that for a grain of salt. But that's just information that I wanted to share with our no-name Juggalo audience.
And with that being said, we are happy to announce the Giddm Games partner store with Metazoo, where you can secure your boxes for the low price of $105. Each box will be personally signed by me and Ed, and 1 in 12 boxes will be signed by Easton Evans.
That's awesome. Can I buy a box?
Well, you have to be a loyal Giddm Games Stacking the Deck fan. In order to get an invite to our website, you have to meet us at a convention, and you've got to hit us with the secret handshake. And then we'll slip you a business card, and it's going to have a QR code. You go there on the back of the business card, after you put it over an open flame, it'll reveal the invisible ink, and that'll give you the password into our exclusive LGS store.
Yeah, and the business cards are limited, by the way. They're collectible.
Yeah. No two codes are the same.
Yeah.
So
One of one serialized business cards. Dang.
And if you sometimes whenever you crack a code, sometimes you get a free box, and other times you got to pay double. So you can choose your code carefully.
We love that. Man, let me tell you.
Imagine that's the gamble. It's like, all right, you got a 50-50 shot. You can either get a free box or you got to pay us double.
Hate that. Hate it. I wanted to, I guess, mention as well that regarding Meta 2, I guess I don't know. I don't want to spread too many rumors, but I guess
it sounded like you're trying to spread a couple rumors.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No. This is unverified speculation here.
Let's hear it.
No. Well, I'm just saying, like, I think the boxes are going to be pulled back. That's all I'll say. Actually,
well,
I'm
one can hope, right?
I don't want to like put my foot in my mouth again. So we're just going to leave the rumor at that.
Trying to manipulate the meta. I see already.
Exactly.
Oh my god. They did announce, our podcast typically gets recorded on Sundays. I'm kind of pulling the curtain back a little bit for you guys. Our podcast typically gets recorded on Sundays. Metazoo typically announces on Monday. So kind of lame in that regard, but they did announce some distributors across the entire planet, in different regions. They did announce distribution channels for everyone.
Planet Earth.
Yeah, on the whole Earth. I don't think that means that the cards are going to be localized to their language. I think that's all going to be in English. But I mean, at least there's distribution channels for places that may not normally get it. Again, I think that's very wishful thinking that Meta 2 thinks that they have global reach, but it's nice to know that somebody.
Hey, shout out Metazoo Collector Dubai and the Aussies.
Yeah.
Holding it down.
It's, really driving that front. They're like Marines, the few, the proud, the overseas Metazoo players.
Man, players too. I don't even know
that
part, but hey.
Well, the Aussies would come over every once in a while to play they played in Caster Cup. I don't think I saw any Aussies at any of the towers, but
yeah, I guess if you make the pot sweet enough, people will show up.
I'd say so. Speaking of pot sweet enough, I sure hope that they run some sort of tournament at one of these Collecticons.
That's the hope, right? At this point, I would strongly encourage that, and that would generate the FOMO for sure, right? So
just something.
Yeah, I would no matter how much you don't like the product right now, I guarantee you if they're like, yeah, surprise, this would be typical Metazoo 1 style, but I kind of love it too. But yeah, we're actually, those learn to play demos, those ladder up into a tournament at the same event. And we're doing trophy cards. So if you happen to be, at Miami, you're going to have an opportunity to win Metazoo's first trophy cards. Holy moly.
That'd be insane. It would generate so much, like secondary market off rip, more than it already is. They have mentioned with their announcements that there's going to be other ways to obtain like demo packs, the demo decks, all that's going to be revealed at the beginning of March, right? But there has to be something. I know they said like convention exclusive promos, which again, we love. But if there was trophy cards or some type of achievement that you could earn and get something exclusive, us Metazoo heads, we sure love the exclusives. As long as they're not functionally unique, I will take an exclusive all day, any day. Now, unfortunately, most of the Metazoo trophy cards and the exclusive cards were functionally broken, so it drove the secondary market in that sense. But it's gosh, we have to have some sort of official tournament by the end of the year. I feel like that's very generous in
I
saying
think
that.
that'll happen. I really do. I think that based on what I'm seeing so far, this seems like a player's game. Whether or not people will enjoy it or whatever, your mileage may vary. I can't tell you that, but it seems like they are very much looking at this as being a player-forward experience.
Gosh, I sure hope so. I really do. I would hate to get everyone's hopes up just for nothing. I don't think I really don't think that, like you just said, I think it's a player's game. I don't think that all the old Metazoo collectors, obviously they're less incentivized because all of their old game pieces don't mean anything in the new game, right?
Yeah, totally.
So like, why would I start collecting same thing but different, right? I could definitely see some de-incentivized people like, I don't want to do that. I'll sell my Metazoo 1 for pennies on the dollar, I guess. Which, speaking of that, kind of crazy that Metazoo 1 cards are still like being sold for not the worst prices in the world, especially for a dead game. It's kind of nuts. I recently sold a playmat for $150, a Metazoo playmat.
Which one?
I'm gonna keep that close to the chest. But
it was a tower one, huh? Okay, you sold somebody's playmat that they gave to you. Okay, all right, that's cool.
I'll keep that close to the chest. But I was very surprised.
No, you're good, man.
Price that it sold for a piece of rubber. But I
don't like my play. I have a bunch of them. I don't know. It's like, what do you do with playmats? I'm not a playmat guy. I know some people like them. It ain't for me. I don't know what it is about them.
I'm using my Flame Tower Top 32 playmat at work. Has a mouse pad.
Yeah,
that's about all the good that they use. They do. I still have the Caster's Cup one. The
Caster's Cup one, I think you hold on to.
Yeah, it's nice. It's very poppy and flashy and cool looking. It depends how easy it is to play Meta 2 without an official playmat with zones on it. Because if you remember from that sneak peek video, that playmat kind of looked a little complicated, man. There's like 3 lanes and 6 different Terra slots and your aura zone for each of those lanes, and it seems very particular on placement. And that does not lend itself to a zoneless playmat. So sure hope at Miami, along with those demo decks, they have paper playmats, or at the very least rubber playmats that you can purchase or get to at least play on.
Oh, not the paper playmat.
Playmat is better than no playmat, man.
Yeah, I agree.
It's got to be something.
No, they can make playmats. They should make playmats. I'd be disappointed personally if it was paper. Even if it's not for, like, even if you don't get to buy one or take one home, I think it would be good to just have just some nice playmats. And I say that because for those that don't know, it's so easy to just print a playmat. Like, you can get these things, like any design you want, just sent to you, which is also crazy to me that people pay like thousands of dollars in some cases for rare playmats in some games. And I'm thinking to myself, you can just put that image on a playmat and have it printed and sent to you.
100%.
But whatever. I guess that's a whole other industry aspect that I'm not fully, on board with. But going back to the tournament part, I think we're going to see tournaments at some of these collecticons from Metazoo. I just think that hasn't been announced yet.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe never mind. Maybe that was part of my, leak, or not, that I was alluding to earlier. But I feel like that could be a thing.
It'd be a nice thing to know. But all will be revealed, right? What are we counting down the days? March 7th. Crazy that it's almost already March, and I feel like the year has just started. But anyways, yeah, March 7th, all will be revealed. Apparently.
Yeah, I mean, can I still complain about this? Because I complained about it in the beginning, and everybody was like,
"Speak your piece, Queen."
What? Does Metazoo have a website yet?
Oh,
right. It launches in like
Metazoo
just shy over a month from now. So
Yeah, they have a coming soon landing page.
See, that's weird to me. I don't know. Maybe
Nothing.
maybe it's not. I don't know. I brought this up a while ago, and maybe it's because I brought it up so long ago. They're like, they have plenty of time to make a website. I don't know. If I still don't understand the connection where this game was in development uh, for a long time prior to them even purchasing it.
Yeah.
And if that was the case, I would have had the website built before the purchase even. Like, it doesn't fully make sense to me. Um, I'm just kind of throwing that out there, I guess. So,
Well, maybe you gotta, click in a certain combination to unlock the real website. Who knows? But no, it's just a landing page. It's got a little. They got their socials in the bottom right-hand corner. You would think if it's just a landing page with nothing on it, you would just put your socials in big clickable buttons in the front and center. Uh,
yeah,
but
I
uh,
I don't know. They're a big company. I mean they paid a lot for this, so you would hope there would be a website at the very least. And maybe we use this as an opportunity to segue into like another TCG that we've been looking at in indie.
yeah.
Okay. So a lot of, I guess, conversation's been around this whole Dead World TCG.
Mm-hmm.
At least that I've noticed on Discord. So, Kurt and I did a cursory glance. I've been seeing a lot of the cards pop up, so I think the cards look nice, like the physical ones. But one thing I noticed is they've done their demo set or whatever so far, which is great. That means that the biggest hurdle is getting cards in the hands of the consumer. That's
Physical
always
cards,
yeah,
yes.
yeah. You're gonna have to, if you're running an indie, you're gonna have to give some of this away for free. And I know that kind of stinks or whatever, and you're already operating at a loss, but that's one of your biggest hurdles. You have to get
Cost of doing business. That's marketing, right?
yeah. And that makes me curious as to how Meta2 is going to operate in that respect, but we'll get there. And maybe they can jump over that a little bit because they bought a previous IP. I don't know. There could be a conversation about that. But going back to Dead World, I think it's really cool or interesting that prior to their Kickstarter's launch, they already have a website.
Mm-hmm.
More than just a landing page, but on that website. And this is really an important thing to think about if you are running an indie or any of these TCGs or whatever. You have to have content, informational content that's about your game, like how to play. You go on their website, and not only is there like a scrolling banner that says, hey, Kickstarter coming soon or whatever, but also there's breakdowns of the zones on a playmat. There's the card layouts. There's everything you need to know if you were to play the game.
It's really
Even
nice.
even if you can't even buy a full set yet. So
Yeah.
I just wonder how come a small company like that could have all that put together, but we're still waiting on. I mean, I think that's what makes that's what makes the landing so much harder for Meta2 is when you delay these things, people's expectation. It's like, well, okay, whatever they reveal has to be amazing, right?
Right.
It's got to be like the dopest dope you've ever. That's a Pineapple Express reference, but it has to be amazing. And I don't know, it's hard to deliver on amazing. Let me tell you that. Whereas you look at
Sure
then what
is.
Dead World's trying to do, and
Man, Dead World looks great. I love it. Like just the only criticism from us like looking at it previously and me just, going through it now, the only criticism I have is it's all text based. I don't have a learn to play video. Other than that, this looks great. They basically have their rule book, but in bite-sized pieces on their website, just letting you digest it
mhm.
and look at it one at a time. They've got news, they've got like their art reveal and everything like that. Everything points back to their socials, which is great. They've got their mailing list little put your email in on every page. They're saying, "Hey, get in on the mailing list. Hey, wouldn't you like this?"
Yeah.
It's very visually pleasing. And yeah, the store is sold out. All their demo stuff is sold. There isn't anything that you can purchase on it, but it exists, right? Like it was there at one point. which is pretty cool. You know,
Yeah, I think that's awesome.
yeah. As long as these are the same cards and these aren't just like pieces, and the only reason I say like just like pieces is they have some former Metazoo artists as some of these like demo card that you could purchase, like Jojo and Jet, stuff like that. That's the only thing that I'm hoping that you can actually just put these and slot these into the actual cards, into your actual deck. But it looks really cool. I feel like they're doing this right. Demo cards out before your Kickstarter, not as a part of your Kickstarter, seems really smart.
Yeah.
To just like have a taste, right? Just to wet the whistle, give you a little. Ooh, what? How can I slot this in? What am I going to be able to do with this Jet card? That it's called Gargoyle, and it looks like it's a dark creature, and it can do certain stuff. Like, man, what other cards are going to be in this set that I can actually use this with? That's good. Something to just like also, something to like keep in your binder. If you play another card game or something like that, and you go out and something you have in your binder, and someone says, "Hey, what's that card?" Oh, it's called Dead World TCG. They haven't come out yet, but they did these cool demo promos, and it's really sick looking. Easy conversation starter.
Yeah, I mean, I do like the art a lot. The conversation, especially with Metazoo going in the direction that they have gone, there's a lot of the former Metazoo fans that kind of say, "Hey, where do we go?" Right? There's a lot of indies that are effectively or fans of Metazoo, and there's a lot of indies that are currently being made and everything. And these fans are kind of homeless, and they're just like, "Hey, where do we go? What's the thing?" And I mean, there's really two options currently. I'd say this Dead World option is maybe one.
Yeah.
There's a few things about it that I personally, haven't played the game. I haven't really looked into it a whole bunch, but some of the, the UI of the card where it's just, I don't know what it is. The words feel busy without having a backdrop behind them. It's art and then text on art. And for me, I like a really clean. Don't get me wrong, full arts are cool, but sparingly. And this seems to be mostly full arts based on what I've seen.
They could do well with a text box.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even if it's not, even if it's just adding some like semi-transparent layer behind the text that doesn't really take away from the card so much, or just use better text color, just use black, to be fair, like full art rare like Pokemon cards, right? They don't have text boxes, but it's not the worst. I just have one that I'm looking at here. So they have black text and then a white outer glow on it, and it just pops it out away from the rest of the artwork. Doesn't take away from the artwork at all, but you can still read the card. Even if there's, black in the card or white in the card, you can still read the card. This seems like a little much, right? I think either it's funny because they did the inverse. They're doing white text with a black outer glow, which is kind of funny because it's like the inverse of what it is, but it looks a little worse. And I agree with you. And I think just having some sort of like semi-transparent text box would go a long way. I don't think it would take away from the artwork. Maybe these could be like full art versions of them. But again, I don't think they need to be the baseline. You want your baseline to be as accessible as possible, right?
Exactly.
So I really think of the podcast episode that we had with Kevin, where he talked about like accessibility in creating card games.
That's right. Yeah, it's really important.
It has to be. Like otherwise, girl, how we gonna get to as many people as you can? That's the whole point, right? Take your fans where you can get them.
That, or maybe the observation, maybe the challenge I have too is their full arts are like full hollow in some cases that I've seen, and the text on top of the hollow, like with that much hollow on the page or the card, it is a little hard to read. So maybe that's it. There's something there though. Again, these are your demo cards. If Dead World TCG is listening, just consider that. Hey, maybe the text is a bit hard to read, but kind of all
if you look at the demo cards in their store, the text is a lot easier to read with the holo.
Okay.
It's still a little busy, like you
Yeah.
said. It's still a little much, but the holo sort of muting the background makes it more digestible. So it's not perfect, but it's better. So I'm sure
we
they
like better.
Yeah, it's definitely better. It almost looks like God. I hate to be crucified by. Oh, Easton's not here, so it's okay. Almost looks like Neopets card border, which for better.
Ooh, Neopet.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
We love Neopets.
Yeah, we sure do. We do. Hey guys, they just came out with store championship playmats for Neopets. Good luck being one of the 7 stores that run Neopets organized play. All right.
My wife brought up Neopets today, and she's like, "Hey, what's going on with that game?" Dude. Oh, honey, don't you worry about that.
Yeah, let's gatekeep stores from carrying our product and having organized play. That's a smart move, Upper Deck. Good job, guys. Yeah. Really appreciate it. You're doing God's work. You want to see a Discord server that's got less activity than Metazoo main? Go to the Upper Deck's Neopets trading card game Discord server. They do like 5 messages a day. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Not good. Not good. But what is good? Dead World TCG. Looks great. I'm definitely going to look into it more. See what it's all about. It looks really cool. Again, I wish I had like a 3 minute learn to play video. Maybe that exists somewhere and I'm just not looking in the right place. But it looks real cool. The art looks crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, there's a lot of those classic Metazoo artists in there. So maybe that's worth checking out if you're looking into a classic Metazoo experience, right?
Yeah.
And then of course you have Cryptid Camp, which, I know it's controversial. I know people say boo Bailey or whatever, but if you just try to be the cards are objectively nice in my opinion. At least they're fairly easy to read. If anything, maybe their biggest negative is that the text boxes are too big in some cases. There's like a lot of empty space on some cards.
Yeah.
But I reckon that was the design choice to keep all the text boxes the same size instead of like scaling them from card to card. But the cards that I have opened, and I'm not a part of their, MLM counselor program or whatever.
Not MLM counselor program.
whatever scheme that is. But I just think the cards are nice. The holos look great. The card quality feels good. Yeah. Classic Metazoo art. Me personally, out of all of the Kickstarters that I've come by recently, I kind of regret not buying in. Like, I kind of wish I backed that one. And I mean, we'll see if they deliver. Maybe I'll be singing a different tune if like they are delayed 8 months out or whatever, or they don't deliver at all.
Yeah, but let's see product in hand other than promos, right?
Yeah, they've done
a good job with the promo sets, right?
They did a Valentine's Day one recently.
They did. Everyone loves red, white, and pink color scheme. It's the cutest. Have they come out with like product that aren't just promos? That's what we're waiting for with the Kickstarter. Like they haven't come out with any decks, like demo decks or anything like that.
Yeah, to my knowledge, there's no demo decks. There is I believe TTS mod or something like that, but I'm not touching that. My TTS days are over, dude. Unless if somebody wants to come on the podcast and play a game with us, I'm always, we can talk about that on Discord and like make it a learn to play sort of situation. I could be open to that. But as far as like me for fun in my free time, that's not it. You have to build a client or something for me to play it.
Too many play testing nightmares.
Yeah, I've been through that. To even recommend TTS as being an option to your consumer base is almost like they're already predisposed to really having a negative experience.
Yeah,
I hate to say it.
I mean, it's what it is, right?
Yeah,
Unless they've like built out the board to be completely automated in TTS. Like press a button and it sets up the thing, and press another button and
maybe
deals with
they're
the hand or
right.
whatever.
Yeah, maybe there is a version of that that's a lot better. But
If that exists, maybe. But if it's just like playmat board with cards and you have to do everything manually, it's horrible. It feels so bad. Two, not everyone has Tabletop Simulator. I know it always goes on sale, but like if I was new wanting to play a new indie card game that I was interested in, but I didn't have Tabletop Simulator, then I'm just out right there, right?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
I wouldn't care. I would just say, "Oh, well this isn't accessible to me. Goodbye." Now, it would be cool if you're going to say, "Hey, check out the TTS. Check out the mod so that you can play that. Oh, by the way, we're offering Tabletop Simulator codes for $1, or if you buy this $5 promo pack, it'll come with a Tabletop Simulator game code." That would be something different, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would be okay with that. I would be like, okay, that might incentivize me. But I have Tabletop Simulator, and I still don't want to use it for that. So
yeah, there's just something about it. I don't know. It's not it's just clunky, I wouldn't recommend it to
it's too manual. Player. It is too manual.
Unless if they're just like really committed to like learning how to play your game or whatever, then they'll good for them, right? I don't know.
There's a better experience out there. There
has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like the future of a lot of these games too is going to be. If I was launching an indie, I would consider. I'd be working on a client like ASAP.
Yeah, just something, just some sort of gameplay simulator, right?
Yeah, you need people to play your game. I know that might be like Captain Obvious or whatever, but to just make it another pack opening simulator, I don't feel like that's it. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot more that goes into that than what may meet the eye. We saw with Cryptid Clash that it was an ongoing process. Shout outs to now Obscurids.
I mean, Cryptid Clash actually was pretty. I mean, it needed a lot of work, but
it wasn't the worst.
It was fun to play as a Metazoo fan. I'll tell you that. Yeah. I enjoyed playing it.
Yeah. So something to at least that level.
Yeah.
Is what should be expected if you hope to really grow your game to new heights. And you may be saying, well, Pokemon didn't start out like that. Yu-Gi-Oh didn't start out like that. Magic didn't start out like that. Yeah, that's because that didn't exist yet. So, 2010 was around the era that, we had clients. I know that Magic Online is a little bit different beast, but again, Magic Online is mostly manual. You have to activate your triggers in Magic Online. I'm not talking about Arena. I'm talking about the browser client, right? Yeah. And it was mostly manual. Like you had to manually tap your stuff and confirm your triggers and stuff like that. It had the card art, cool. It was a nice simulator, but it was still very manual. And people obviously preferred to play in person. And then I can think, obviously, all of the Yu-Gi-Oh games were just video games as well, right? So all the card games, they just did that. They just made all of their card games. You could look at like the World Championship games. Those were like your true card simulators. Mm-hmm. In fact, they did run tournaments alongside in Nationals and Worlds. I don't know if you knew this, but they ran tournaments, like video game tournaments, based off of those World Championship video games, like on the Game Boy Advance. Officially sanctioned tournaments alongside like the TCG, which was cool,
We like that.
Yeah, we do love that. Now they stopped after they stopped making those. They said, we're done with that. They don't run tournaments for Master Duel or anything like that, but Master Duel is a very good simulator.
They do run Master Duel tournaments.
Like officially?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, hell yeah.
Yeah, they're actually, obviously well attended. There's even a Discord I don't know if anybody even cares for this news, but there's a Discord for Master Duel tournaments, and I don't know if they're still doing it, but on the weekends you can play in Konami Master Duel tournaments. In the Discord, you get paired and you win like prizing. They'll send it to you.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh man, and the worst part is so then you have sort of like the inverse of that. We don't have TTS. We don't have a simulator. We have webcam. The Bandai game special.
Okay, yeah, webcam's worse. Webcam
is worse than TTS.
No, I'm gonna get flamed for that too. I know there's some ride or die webcam.
No, I absolutely hate it. The like opportunity to cheat and stuff like that is so high.
Oh, it's massive.
It's crazy. And if I feel like every time there's like an online treasure cruise for One Piece or like Digimon, any Bandai game, really. Any Bandai game, there's always something that comes out and it's like, watch here as the player obviously palms the card. And it's like, well, yeah, anyone could see that. Like, what are you talking about? Or you got like an intentionally like 140p webcam that's like blurry as shit.
Yeah, it's always just potato quality.
Yeah.
I mean, and I don't understand what it's about, but
dude,
why even? Yeah, sure. If you're that desperate to play cards or whatever, then pull up the webcam.
Well, you're that desperate to cheat at cards. Let's not get that twisted, because that's gosh, it's crazy.
Yeah, I guess cheat's the best way to phrase it. But even for me, I don't even want to play on webcam. I'm sorry.
No.
I don't know.
I really don't understand it at all. I don't think I've ever done it. I don't think I've ever played a webcam game of any trading card game. Never in my life. It just sounds sickening. I hate it. Anyways.
Yeah.
Enough about that.
Yeah. I don't know. I was gonna talk more about Cryptid Camp, but it is what it is. Hey, if you want to play cryptids with sorcery, then that might be the game for you. That's all. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I guess
once we get some starter decks,
I reached out to Emilio, and that's the thing with all these TCG creators. They're pretty accessible. Like, instead of spreading rumors about a lot of these things and about a lot of people, oftentimes it's really easy just to DM them.
Yeah, just to get a hold of them.
Just ask them the question instead of speculate. That's what I've been doing.
Exactly.
About all this stuff. Just DM so and so and ask them, hey, what are you doing with this? And most of the time they respond. They don't respond to my feet pics, but I don't know. That's a different thing.
Well, if you didn't have the little lock on it that said $15, then
it's all blurred out.
Maybe they'd be more receptive.
That's right. No, I don't know. I just think that we don't need to be burning rumors left and right, even though I'm the king of that. So
says the guy that's opened up with Metazoo rumor news.
I know, but I'm trying. Okay, this is a content thing. All right, I've got like the angel on one shoulder and the devil on the other.
The devil and the angle. Yes, of course.
Yeah,
you have
for me. I'm like, you want to lead with the hook. So we're gonna do this podcast. I want to lean with the little clickbait. Yeah. So, anyways,
Metazoo is doing what?
Yeah. The open mouth surprise face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's all we got on indies. I wanted to touch a little bit on some of the other, I guess, big games. Kurt, do you want to leave off with some Pokemon news?
You know, I think the biggest Pokemon news that I want to talk about is really, it's Pokemon. It's GameStop. GameStop no longer going off of MSRP and is now pricing their products according to market, whatever the fuck that means, from a billion-dollar company, or however much money GameStop makes. Like, isn't that insane that someone would do that? And we talked about this at length once we heard this, but it's like, I can expect that out of, like, James's card shop. He gets his little allocation of 10 prismatic ETBs, and instead of selling it for $50, he sells it for $80 or $100 because there are people actively buying these ETBs for 125. I have such a and I know that they're buying those because I went into my local card store today, not to play cards, just to pick up some sleeves, and they had some ETBs that they are also selling at market, $125. And the 5 minutes that I was in there, 3 of their 7 were bought. Like, they're like,
that.
oh, prismatic.
That's awesome.
Prismatic, how much is that? We're at 125. Okay, I'll take one. It's like, really? Is that but GameStop? Really? That's like saying Walmart gonna put all their cards behind glass and you'll have to like deal with a sweaty guy sitting in front of a counter being like, yeah, we got this, but it'll cost you. Like, what the fuck is happening?
I don't know. So GameStop, I think their whole strategy is just to capture like the whole market, right? They're doing what PSA, they're doing I guess flipper prices on their boxes. They're getting all this stuff at wholesale distro. You and I talked about this in person a little bit, but for some reason it feels so much worse that GameStop is doing this versus your LGS. I don't know how to explain it, but you know, when LGSs do this, they're met with the utmost vitriol.
Dude, scum of the earth. How could they? Like, what are you doing? I can find this at Target for MSRP. How come you guys aren't the same? Dude, it's vicious on the little guys.
Yeah, and I just don't get it because at the end of the day, these LGSs, they're maybe making a few bucks. Like, I'm talking on their net, so they might be making some money off you on the prismatic, but by and large, they've been just probably taking straight losses week over week or something. I don't know.
Trading card games are not profitable ventures unless you are like the definitive, and I'll use a DFW example, like unless you're Common Ground Games, which has been in DFW for as long as I've played cards.
Yeah, decades.
20 years at least. Yeah. Unless you're that, where you have max allocations, you get it for the cheapest price, you have hundreds of people, if not 1,000 people plus in your store every day, you're not making money. You're scraping. You're like, well, can we leave the lights on for another 2 months, or do we got to close it up? Like that is the very real conversation that most small LGSs have to face every month, because they're not backpack vendors. They're not they have a brick and mortar, and you've got overhead on that. Let's not even start talking about, I got to pay rent on the building. I've got all these cards in, and I got to pay the utilities, and I've got to pay for this and that, as opposed to, Jimmy Card Shop, who's online and can
Jimmy Card Shop,
dude. Jimmy's Card Shop on online.
Slipping Jimmy,
dude, with no overhead, just selling all of his goods, shipping it direct to you, and he ain't got rent to pay. Man, it's tough. It is not a winning strategy. It is a labor of love, and that's most time that's all you're going to get is love out of it. You ain't getting money.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah.
It's just, dude, it feels so bad that, like, and I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I've been that person. I've been that person at an LGS saying, why are you charging me like $20 more than MSRP for this? I ain't buying that. I've been that guy. I think we've all been that guy. Like saying, I ain't buying from you. I'll just get it online for cheaper. Right?
Yeah.
But GameStop, like that still blows my mind. And that's really what GameStop, now that I think about it, like what you just brought up with like the PSA submissions, now they're selling their cards at market price. You know that most GameStops have like trade binders of like Magic and Pokemon now, where you can go in and it's just like individually priced singles that GameStops have. They're trying to be a game store.
Yeah.
They're trying to be an LGS.
Yeah, but no tables, right?
No tables. Never any tables.
Yeah.
They just want you to come in and buy, not stick around.
That takes up retail space.
That's right. Yeah.
That's space where they could be selling you stuff.
How will we market Call of Duty 8 whenever there's 2 cards and a smelly looking guy playing Commander? You know, like we can't have that. Nope, no table space. I haven't been. I know that they exist. Like they'll have trade days. They'll have little casual tournaments. I think they might be doing something for Pokemon Day, which is coming up next Thursday. But I don't. I know it exists, but I just don't. Not in most of the GameStops. Most of the GameStops I go into, they look like they are one robbery away from never opening again. So I don't know, man.
I mean, Lord Rush Collectibles here in Dallas just got robbed.
I saw that. That's crazy.
I mean, there's just so much risk with this stuff now too. Just the criminal element is a whole other aspect that isn't really fun to talk about, but that's like a real risk that you have to take. If you're operating
insurance.
Well, what I'm getting at is with these LGSs, it's like, okay, so you finally made a buck. Well, then you get robbed.
Yeah, right.
I mean, seriously, it's just I don't know. So I have a lot more. Oftentimes, I think I come off really negative about the LGS, but to me, it seems like just a losing situation as a business model, time and time again. And I want them to win. I want them to succeed. But there's just
not off of me. Not off of my dime.
Everything going against them. How can you survive when you've got backpack sellers and people who just operate out of their home at scale?
You can't.
Yeah.
You can't survive.
Yeah.
You can try, but you can't.
Yeah.
But crazy to me that GameStop is saying, no more will you line up 6 hours in advance in front of our store to buy this Blooming Waters 151 collection set for MSRP. Now you paying big boy prices. Now you getting the scalper's paradise. What's crazy is I'm sure they'll see a drop in sales, right? Things won't immediately fly off the shelf, but they're still going to sell because they're still getting allocation.
Of course. You know how you fix this?
How do we
direct to consumer?
Yeah, but if we direct to consumer, then the bots win.
Maybe.
Not maybe. Definitely.
I don't think the bots are as strong as people think, at least on the Pokemon Center. They have a lot of, I guess, anti-bot security.
Hey, speaking of Pokemon Center, if you go on the Pokemon Center website right now and make any purchase, they will send you a promo pack of last year's illustration winners.
Yeah. I thought those sold out, though.
Did they?
Yeah, they sold out.
Oh, my gosh. Real? Well, I got me some. I got mine in the mail. So they're coming for me. But
I didn't get involved with that, but I think that's cool. Like, hey,
Hey, I got me some. I bought me a little dice case and a deck box because I could get free shipping if I spent $20. And I added the promo. Let me see. Let me see if they sold out. Because I know that this isn't your only chance to get that promo pack. Pokemon has sent this out to many of the places that do locals for Pokemon Day. So they sent out like little sticker packs, and they sent out cards for the VGC for like a promotional EV that you can get in your game. And they sent out, like I said, those illustrator packs that are to be given out for some sort of Pokemon Day, celebration. So there's more than one way to get it, but I definitely got mine in on the website. Did they really?
He says, I got mine.
I got mine.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But I guess if there's some type of exclusivity, someone will be there to try and get it before
all this is leading up to the Team Rocket release. It's going to be crazy.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know.
Well, we got to wait. We got to wait for Journey Together first.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you think about Journey Together?
It looks great. The first set in any new block is great. So
okay,
it's gonna set it'll set the stage. I mean, we've already seen the cards. Again, I'm talking like from a competitive Pokemon player standpoint, but Japan already has all these cards. and they were legal in their national championships that happened a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
So we already know how the cards are being played, at least from the Japanese. That's not saying that this is the end all, the format's already solved. Not at all. But we've seen it in action. It's been received very well. I think the cards look sick. Like all the alt arts and stuff look great, but I think anyone could say that over the last 7 years of Pokemon cards. All of the alt arts look really, really cool, but it'll be a good set. It'll be a good set. The first set in every Pokemon block is always the good one because it sets the tone for the mechanic, right? This mechanic is partner Pokemon, so specific Pokemon have to evolve into other specific Pokemon. Trainer cards and stuff like that are based around these named trainers. The gym block way back in 2002 was amazing. It was great. The SP era, the Diamond, Pearl, Platinum era also had trainer Pokemon. That's probably the best era in Pokemon, 2010, 2011. I will sing praises of that until the cows come home. It's my favorite format to play.
So you feel good about it then?
Oh, I feel great about it. It's gonna.
Okay.
I hate that I'm probably not gonna be able to find any of it at MSRP. But
not from GameStop.
Well, not from GameStop, not from anybody. But it'll be a good set. I'm excited. I do plan on going to Nationals this year for Pokemon. It's in New Orleans again in June. So
Nolans, huh?
It was Nolans last year, man.
Big easy.
Craziest swamp ass of my life. But anyways, we'll be going. We'll be going and we'll be playing. So any of our Giddm heads want to find me at Nationals, I'm not too hard to miss. So come say hi. But yeah, it'll be fun. It'll be good. I'm looking forward to it. I will always appreciate Pokemon in some capacity. Pokemon does a great job at having a simulator client. That means nothing. Pokemon TCG Live does just that. It's very easy to craft the cards that you want to test, and that's that. Yeah. Now, you don't really see a lot of tournaments being run off that tournament. I mean, there are, but the participation is not very big. Most grassroots tournaments that are online are only a couple hundred people. But it's still a measurement for the card game and stuff like that. Funny to mention, I know we talked about with Master Duel, it's not run by Konami. TCG Live, Pokemon TCG Live, is not the Pokemon Company International. It is a different entity that runs that, just with all of the Pokemon assets. So funny how that kind of works out, and it's the same situation. But yeah,
that's typically cool. How this works. And I also heard news is Creatures buying out Niantic.
Niantic?
I don't know. Okay.
Ooh, that would be crazy if they did.
Yeah, I think that's what the rumor is.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is far and away Pokemon's biggest revenue source is Pokemon Go. You might think it's the cards, you might think it's the video games, you might even think it's Pokemon Pocket, but it's Pokemon Go. It's Pokemon Go every year.
Dude, we love Pokemon Go.
Yeah, everybody does.
Yeah.
It's it. Oh, and I'd also like to say I called it. I told you guys on the podcast months ago that Pokemon Pocket will be at a regionals in some official capacity. And at EUIC this past weekend, which is EU Nationals, they did have Pokemon Pocket. They did have a Pokemon Pocket event. I think it might have, I don't know. I saw an exhibition match, but they did have it there. And I'm telling you, this is the card game's Pokemon Go. How Pokemon goes to the mainline games, Pocket is going to be to the trading card game, and it's going to show up, and you're going to be able to go to a regionals and play Pokemon Pocket, which is crazy to me. But
yeah. Yeah. No. I mean, that makes sense too, right? I think Pocket's actually one of the best experiences to play a TCG. That's in my opinion. I've played Master Duel and Arena.
Mm-hmm.
It feels great. Who doesn't like cracking packs? Fortunately, I don't like the gacha mechanics, but that's just everything nowadays.
That's just the nature of the beast, unfortunately.
Yeah. So, is that all we have on Pokemon news?
That's all I've got for Pokemon.
All
That is
right.
all I have.
I mean, you can touch on Magic. They have the Final Fantasy set coming out, which is
Ooh,
kind of a big
yeah.
deal. I don't know if you're a
Yeah.
Final Fantasy fan or not, but uh, it looks cool. I like Final Fantasy VII. I've played, you know, the original and I've played the remakes,
Hmm.
but people like anime characters in general. I think that's just going to do well.
Hmm.
Uh, it's just more of Magic doing Magic stuff. They're going to keep collabing with big name IPs, and it's going to make sets go crazy. And I think they're just trying to engineer collectability as much as they can into a game that's just really heavily player driven, which is sort of an inverse. No, okay.
No, vintage Magic is very collectible.
Well, okay, yeah, that do be different.
Well, you
That
can't
do
say
be,
that. You can't say that it's just player driven. Sure, it is, but it's player driven by the casual format, Commander,
yeah.
right? People aren't going to dang old GPs and stuff like that. I mean, they are, but like in record low numbers because everyone just plays Commander. They just play CEDH, and like that's that, and it's weird. But speaking of new drops, Mitsuhiro Arita, a very
Yes.
big Pokemon artist,
Yeah.
also got a secret lair drop.
Yeah.
He did a card in the Bloomborough set. It was like a big old bear.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
He did an alt art, and they gave him an entire secret lair drop. I think it's like 3, 4, 5 cards, which is really sick. I'm still on the fence about picking it up. It's a want, not a need, but it's some good artwork. It looks great. So
It's probably worth picking up, to be honest.
I don't see why it wouldn't be, right?
Yeah, I mean, you don't see me going out of my way to get it, but I still think it's Arita doing trading card art.
Which is not a bad thing. Man, speaking of Arita, I know you guys won't be able to see this, but he's in my phone, on the back of my phone right now. It's my first edition Shadowless Arita signed card that I got signed in person.
Oh, that's epic.
By Mr. Arita himself. He told me, Koi King, so useless. And I was like, yes, that's why I love him. But he said that as he signed my Magic card.
Are you sure he wasn't talking about you?
Okay, well, yeah, you take the good with the
I'm
bad.
kidding.
Jesus Christ. Are we at time yet? Are we at our hour? I gotta get out of here.
I'm teasing. Yeah, it could have been a translation error. You never know.
No, a translation error. Oh my god. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. He wasn't talking about the card that he illustrated.
Could you imagine you meet Arita and he just starts talking trash to you?
Dude. I would hate myself.
Oh my goodness.
We can't have that. No, it's not to me. Oh my god. But yeah, no. Magic continues to do it big. I feel like there's a new set in Magic out every month and a half. I am not going to be sucked in, even though I kind of want to buy the Hatsune Miku secret lair as well.
I just don't know what's wrong with me. I just don't. Magic and I'm like, what are we doing, y'all?
Yeah, we talked about that as well, right? Like, it's interesting. I think it's just getting away from the 1v1 format because no one wants to play standard Magic.
It's got to be it.
They just want to play Commander.
Yeah.
They just want to play 100 card singleton. No two games are the same because there's no real way of like having consistency in your deck. And that's just the experience. I don't know. It's hit or miss for me as well, but it's something. I'm gonna pick up the Arita secret lair drop right now. Man, it looks so cool. It's so close to looking like Pokemon, but it's not. It's very funny to me.
Arita. Yeah. I kind of want to pick it up. Like, you got me a little hyped on it too. It's still available, right?
Yeah. It's still available, but yeah, very cool. I wonder if there's any. I know they just released from the latest Magic Con. I think they did Magic Con in Chicago, and you could get that con in a box which comes with like a secret lair. I think it comes with like 1 or 2 secret lairs, then the Magic Con promo, and then a booster box that's called like Box of Mystery or something. And you can get all sorts of different like packs in it. It's like a $300 box like that you purchase, and most of the time you don't get that value back.
Yeah, I don't know.
But people buy it out. People really like it.
It doesn't seem that bad for. I'm sure it feels like a special product, right?
Well, it's not the only one that they've done, so
yeah,
that's why I'm like,
I don't know. I just think like anything, if you're big enough fan of it, you can always justify the price. I know the Magic 30 was not a case for that, but like all of this is it's just all very speculative. It depends on how much you like and engage with these products, and I think that's how Metazoo captured so much of our money from the get-go, our time and energy and effort.
You're not wrong.
Yeah,
but it's doing well. It's doing cool stuff. I hate how they put low stock on some of this shit on the Secret Lair website. It just makes me want to FOMO it so bad.
Oh, that's gonna be Metazoo soon enough.
Low stock.
Yeah,
low stock.
Low stock.
Come get your low stock here.
That's the indicator they put on when it's not selling that well.
Yeah, right. I don't know if you saw it. They have speaking again of Magic Secret Lair stuff, they dropped a new Hatsune Miku set. The first one did numbers. One of the promos that you can get is a counterspell, and it's a paparazzi taking a picture of Miku, and she's going, "No, stop, don't." And that's the counterspell artwork. It's so funny. I love it so much.
That's hilarious.
Don't take a picture of me. But
why'd you got to do that accent, bro?
What is it? Okay, we got to cut it.
I'm kidding.
We got to get out of here.
No, man. I don't know. Hatsune Miku is one of those things that I don't fully understand. She's just like a 3D or like animated pop star, right?
Yeah, not Miku. Let's not get it twisted here.
Okay. Dang. All right.
It's Miku.
Let me tell you, Miku.
And it's all based off of an audio, like an audio software called Vocaloid. Huh. That's what Miku is from. Miku came from someone making music off of the Vocaloid like music studio app, or I guess not, it wasn't called an app, but the program. And someone made all this music, and then it's just exploded from that. But it's all from something called Vocaloid. You know, get your knowledge up on Miku, man.
I don't know the lore. Okay, I'm not a lore guy.
She's a worldwide sensation and has been for many years. You can go to her concerts, and they just put that bitch up on a big old TV screen, and you just be watching her like she's a real person.
All right, maybe we'll go sometime. You and me, just together.
Maybe we'll go sometime.
Couple of bros.
Oh man, if I spend $150 in the Secret Lair store, I can get a foil soul ring. Whoa!
Don't do that. Don't do that. No. Save your money. All right.
But a foil soul
No,
ring?
You don't need this stuff. You don't play Magic. I know you.
Hell no, I don't.
Yeah. Stop it.
Fun. Commander's fun sometimes.
No, it's not.
What else we got? We got anything cool going on? We got Yu-Gi-Oh! We got the last quarter century set coming out in a couple months. I pre-ordered 2 boxes before those box prices go up, because I know they're going to go up. They're cheap right now. They're like $80 a box, but I know it ain't going to stay that. So we got that. Any other cool non-Yu-Gi-Oh! News? Oh, dude, it's been popping off on Twitter. This YCS popping off on Twitter. On X, the everything app. It's like a very celebrated like Yu-Gi-Oh player. He won like some big tournament, and it's just been like the eternal rivalry of like Pokemon is baby game that no one knows how to play. So this dude's saying, I'm gonna train and I'm gonna win a regionals. I'm gonna win. This
is a classic TCG thing.
The classic TCG thing, but it's gaining a lot of traction.
Style.
It's really funny. Him saying like, I'm going to show y'all how easy this game is. I'm going to win regionals. And I'm gonna win nationals and then I'm gonna win worlds, and it's like, all right, man, that's cool. But it's just been funny to like see see all of this and see it unfold. And he's been doing really good with like his streaming and stuff like that, and it's really fun. I wish I could remember the guy's name, but
So he's Yu-Gi-Oh to Pokemon. Is that what I'm?
Yu-Gi-Oh to Pokemon, yes.
Yeah. So like that's a classic Yu-Gi-Oh player thing too. They're all like, "Hey man, all these other games, I could solve them in an hour."
Baby game, yeah, dude. I can spreadsheet this out in 2 hours flat.
Yeah, I don't know if there's anything to that or not. I feel like it's mostly ego driven. Yu-Gi-Oh players definitely have the most ego, maybe me included. But it is not an easy game to play.
It really is. It's not.
I'd probably rank it as the hardest one out of all of them, and then maybe Magic's the runner-up.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I don't think
we gotta save that for next week. Maybe when the Ghost of Easton is back.
Yeah.
We can rank all TCGs in order of complexity. And really get the people going, you know?
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
I think that'll be funny.
All right.
It's good stuff.
All right, man. Well, that's all I got. I don't have any more TCG news. That's it.
That's all
I gave you Dead World. I gave you Metazoo.
I think it was good. Yeah. It was good. It was good.
We should make our outro music Big Man Blastoise.
No, please don't. As it like slowly fades in right now.
If y'all made it this far, go check out Big Man Blastoise.
Oh yeah. Just type it in. You'll find it.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right. Well, I think that's all that we got for y'all today.
Cool.
It's been a good one. It's been a great one. Hope you enjoyed. If you didn't, let us know in the comments. If you do, let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
And we'll be back next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you for stacking the deck with us.
You got to do the
bing bong bing.
Later, guys.
Bye.